I had a dream that I was a student again, and my Jeffrey teachers were being mean to me. They told me that the exam that was coming up, I was gonna fail it because I wasn't prepared. I felt so stressed that I wanted to break down, and I was weighing up the decision to skip class to revise for the exams, but then knowing if I skipped class, I'd be behind for the exams. I felt so under pressured, and it wasn't until Adonis came to save me. He told me that everything was gonna be okay as long as I followed his principles. Apart from the Adonis bit, that was actually true. I literally just, I think 1 or 2 nights ago, I had like this bad dream of literally thinking, okay, you know, when you have a dream, you like fully believe and feel it, right? I fully believed and felt the emotions of being a student again. And I don't particularly remember what the dream was, but I literally just remember feeling so fucking stressed about the exam that's coming up and not feeling prepared for it, and like feeling sleep deprived and feeling stressed. And we've got assignments and I haven't done that one piece of homework and there's that other thing to do and this one and this one. Bro, I literally felt like shit, and I woke up. I woke up with like this weird, I was so grateful, so happy that I wasn't a student. That shouldn't happen. Like, we should not be at this point where we feel happy for not being, like, how fucked is that like people are happy that they're not in school. Schools and the education system should be like a wonderful place for you to learn and develop yourself, and yet pretty much everyone who's left the education system like doesn't want to go back, and we get nightmares of being back there. Do you know, one of the things I can remember right now, I didn't even mean to say this, I've seen the same stressed body language in multiple students. So I remember when I had graduated and I was friends with some guys who were still in like the final year of their university. And I also remember just about a year ago when I used to do like coaching calls. I don't do that anymore, but I used to do like self-improvement coaching calls. And I remember the students who would sign up, bro, they were literally like, it's the exact same thing that I would see in their physical demeanor, where they would almost be like twitchy, and like I could see stress as like a physical symptom in their body. Why is that so normal? Why is it so normal that so many students get a mental breakdown? Why is it becoming more and more common that students are literally choosing to kill themselves? I feel bad for students these days, and there is that internet subculture of entrepreneurs who are telling you, okay, drop out of school and, you know, build a business, and I kind of am like one of them. Yeah, you know what? No. You know what? 100% I'm one of them. 100% I'm one of them. I'm supposed to go with this like soft modern day narrative, which is like, oh, you know, like school's not really good for you, but like try your best. I'm supposed to give you that half-assed wishy thing because it's like it appeases, you know, those like soft little Jeffreys, like the weak kind of people who are like, oh, but this guy's telling people to like not. Some guy came to my fucking meetup, bro. I did a meetup in Amsterdam, and this like old looking guy came, and he was like, oh, like he's just found out about like the movement or the channel or something, and he said, but I've got one concern with you. And I'm getting like, what the fuck? Like, he came to my meetup and he's talking in like this weird way. And he's like, a few of the guys here have said that they skipped their school or their class or their lectures for this. Is that something you promote? Like, bro, this literally fucking happened, bro. This guy literally, like, he didn't start on me, but he was like, you know, he had that fucking dickhead vibe. And I'm supposed to be like proper polite and stuff, bro. This pissed me off because I was thinking, okay, how do you come to like my meetup? How do you come and see me to like then just say like, oh, but you know what? One of the kids here said that he skipped class. That's your fault. Like, fuck you. He said this to me, and my response literally, I think I was pretty rude. I kind of like looked him up and down and did this and walked away and like spoke to everyone else who was around here. Because bro, if you've got, man, we're supposed to act like school is so important. I'm supposed to tell you that because that's what everyone else, like, you know, who's mature and older than you is supposed to say to you. It's not that important, bro. It's not that important. On my main channel, like, this is obviously like, I'm not saying like, oh, you're drop out, guys, but like, honestly, bro, if you want to drop out because you have something else going for you, you've already started making a business, honestly, you've got my blessing. I'm not supposed to say that. This video is gonna get like critiqued heavily by all these little Jeffreys and, oh, Hamza is a bad influence, he's telling people to scare. Bro, no one is gonna back you for this decision, are they? No one's gonna back you for the mindset that school isn't good for you. Everyone else is gonna be like that little soft, like, you know, the safe area where they can say like, oh, but it is important. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I got better grades in school or university, I would be making 10 times less money right now. This is gonna be interesting to you. I am so grateful that I performed poorly and got bad grades in school and in college and in university. Why? Because that led me to jobs that were so shit that I needed something better. Because if the jobs that I got after university were just, honestly, bro, literally 10% better, I would have stayed. It wouldn't have been bad enough to like, you know, hate my life and wanting to like move up. How interesting is that? If I literally did a little bit better, I would be far less successful than I am right now. You know, in 2 weeks, my university is going to have some kind of like graduation party. I don't know if it's like supposed to be like, oh, you know, it's been a few years, so it's time to like see everyone again. Or I don't even remember if like COVID or something maybe stopped our, I'm pretty sure COVID didn't stop our graduation, but it's like some kind of like, you know, reunion or something like that, right? And I'm not going to be there because I'm in Thailand, I'm traveling the world. I didn't even mean to fucking stunt and say that, but do you see the reality? I literally didn't mean to, like, I was going to tell you a story about this, but like, I just by telling you my life situation, I just stunted. Oh, well, I'm not going to be there because I'm traveling the world because I have a success. I sound like a dick. Oh, I'm supposed to be humble, but I've got a successful business that allows me to travel the world. This is my view today. Yeah, well, you know what's interesting? And again, like, there's going to be a lot of I'm going to have to keep coping and telling you like, oh, you know, I'm not supposed to say this shit, right? But I'm going to sound like a dickhead for what I'm about to say. But the people who put in more work in school and in university, the people who performed better, who invested more time and energy into it, they're a lot less successful than I am. And I've got to keep giving you the disclaimer because we're not allowed to ever talk like this because all the weak people will get offended if you ever say like, oh, well, I'm more successful. Oh, I make more money. Oh, we're not allowed to talk. We're not supposed to say this shit, bro. We're not supposed to say this shit. No one's going to tell you the truth. But I will. I will tell you the truth. Even though it makes my character seem worse because it would be so awesome for me to come into the camera and, you know, be so humble and like tell you like, oh, well, yeah, they're working really good careers, good for them. But this is my view. This is my view. This is my work shift. Talking to the camera right now, I'm in a complete flow state. All of the profits of the business go to me. I'm helping people with the work I do. It's incredibly fulfilling. I would be doing this for free. I was doing this for free. I created my ultimate dream life. And why? How? Because I performed poorly in school. Now, this does not give you an excuse or like sort of a rationalization for being a dumbass. You are not allowed to be like a low performer. Oh, fuck you, Sam. Yo, Sam, can you turn the music off, please? I'm recording, bro. Thank you, mate. Fucking Sam, lost my flow state, you fucking prick. Yeah, go to school so you'd have to live next to Sam. And honestly, you know what I'm saying? Do you want to come up here and be on this video? I'm talking about like, fuck school.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I've got Sam coming up right now and he's the first video editor and my best friend from maybe like a year and a half. He's the first video editor of the main channel that you see here, the first guy that I employed. It's very interesting. So Sam dropped out and it wasn't for that entrepreneurship reason of like, oh, you know, I'm a young talented guy and like I'm gonna drop out. He dropped out because he was literally like a total Jeffrey. And I don't say that as like an insult, it's literally like an objective fact of what he...
What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
But you were though. You were a fucking Jeffrey when you were 16 or 17 when you dropped out, weren't you?
Yeah, but I had like a fucking mental breakdown, bro.
Because you went jumping over.
If only I like appreciate leaves more, I would have not had a mental breakdown, bro.
Why did you have a mental breakdown?
I think it's just a build-up of a lot of shit, bro. A lot of very negative feedback loop.
From what?
I think I was really slow socially. I was very slow developing socially, and that was taken advantage of somewhat. School's fucking brutal, bro. Kids are fucking assholes. So, yeah.
Did you get bullied?
Yeah, fucking hella, bro. Yeah.
Can you remember one of the stories? What did they do to you, Sammy,
Where did he touch you? The thing is with it, bro, it's really evil in that sense because it was a sort of bullying which you can't point it and say like, oh yeah, he's being a bully. It was very slow and gradual. It was the way I was treated consistently. And I often feel like I was used as like somewhat of a stepping stone to get like a cheap laugh out of the group of friends I was with.
That still happens right now, bro.
Yeah, that still happens with Hamza. Hamza's an awful friend, guys. No, but we joke about it though. Like I have trauma related to this.
Yeah, social hierarchy.
Yeah, I've dubbed it social hierarchy trauma. Yeah.
Yeah. So we make a joke about it where it's like your anxiety is based on his position in the social hierarchy, like where he is. So we make a joke. Like, if he tells a joke that's not so funny, I'll just look at him and go. Which is fine. Obviously, you think I'm a dick, but like my anxiety is based on like getting attacked by racist people. And every time I take a train, he messages me like, "Watch out for that white guy behind you, you fucking prick." I'm like, the first time he did it, I was actually being serious. I was looking around like, what the fuck?
That bald white guy behind you is looking at you kind of weird, bro.
I went unfiltered as fuck, and I literally just started saying, you know what? Everyone kind of expects me and kind of will critique me if I don't go with the standard pussy advice of like, oh, you know, school's really important, but if you find something, oh, bro. I don't think it's like important for literally about 90% of people. I think it is like, okay, the thing that you have to do, fair enough. But I think for the majority of people, they'd be better off. Not the majority of people, but let's say for you watching this, you're on self-improvement, you're a young man craving success, and you're actually leveling up your discipline skill. The environment that it puts you in my opinion, is almost entirely negative. You're just sat with a bunch of like dumb kids. You get put into like, in the UK we have sets. Which is, you had like set what? Were you in like set 4 for stuff?
Yeah.
Wait, actually?
No, you have like set 1, set 2, set 3, and then like, whoa, these guys need help.
You were in set 4 for anything?
No, I was bang average at school, bro. I got C's across the board. Yeah,
well,
like set 2. Set 2, yeah, set 2.
I'm so surprised. I would have thought you were like a set 3 to 4. Like you would have been set 4 in like RS or something.
I'm not.
I just don't get it. Like God's not real.
I don't think I'm very smart academically. I'm just straight bang average. I literally I survived school. I got through it and did nothing more than that. I literally got through it. Fuck that. I'm done with it. Don't want to go back ever again. My mom was like, oh, maybe you should go uni. No, don't want to go uni. I went to college merely for the fact that that's what you're supposed to do. Like, oh, you finish school, you go to college. Yeah. It's like, I went to college. That's where I had my mental breakdown and dropped out after a year, which is fucking fine. I don't give a shit. I didn't miss anything at college.
No. Would you tell them the story of the mental breakdown when you were tying shoes?
Yeah, so it's weird. Like I say, the negativity very much so compounded. So something as simple as I got a new pair of shoes and I was putting them on in the morning to go to college, and I realized that they didn't quite fit and they were rubbing me a little bit. I literally just broke down crying my fucking eyes out, and my mom came downstairs and she was like, "There's something wrong with this dude, bro." And that's when we sort of started to explore the sort of issues that I may have been having with my mental health, depression and social anxiety and shit like that. So we went to the doctors with that shortly after, and I dropped out. So it's something as simple as that. Literally, my shoe wasn't fitting me correctly, and that was enough to pull me over the edge. It happens it's crazy.
Yeah, of course it wasn't the shoe that actually caused the problem. It was just kind of the last little bit of frustration that was needed for a full mental breakdown. I literally, the point of this video was that I had this dream 2 days ago, or one day, whatever it was, and I was fully a student again in my mind. And I don't particularly remember what it was. I didn't write down, but I just remember that fucking awful, stressful, pressure and stress of the exams are coming up and the teachers are being dicks to me, and this oh, the assignment, did you do that other thing? And oh, have you not done that other thing? You
know what, bro? It's weird you say this, right? It's weird that you call me up for this video, because literally last night I had a call with my brother Ostrix, my friend Yanis. He was very disassociated, and I was like, something's wrong with him, but I was sort of just chilling. And if he wants to talk about it, talk to me about it. But eventually I got it out of him, and it's dude is stressed up to the fucking eyeballs with uni. He doesn't want to do it. He's running his own business. He's doing absolute bits. He's recording music videos for rappers. He's doing such sick work. He doesn't need this uni degree, but he's sunk £20,000 into it, and he's got a few months left. But it's so much work. And it's sunken cost fallacy, and he's feeling such a ridiculous amount of pressure. So it's weird that you mentioned that, because that's literally exactly what my friend's going through right now. And I was listening to what I was saying, and it took me right back to that feeling, and I was like, I don't miss that for shit.
I started the video saying that, and I said, I feel like that. So many people who, after they've left, how many people, once they've left the education system, will voluntarily go back into it? Pretty much almost no one. I'd say 90% of people will say fuck no, get me away from that. And there might be 5 to 10% of people who want to continue further education. Why is that so normal? That the education system and the school and it's so much pressure that the majority of people, when they finally leave, are okay, fuck this. I hate school and education so much, I'm gonna make sure I don't learn for the rest of my life. Because we associate learning with school, and that's why it's so fucking weird to start reading and start working by yourself. If you want to pursue something like entrepreneurship, bro, it took me about 2 years to be able to actually do work by myself, because you're conditioned by these dumbass teachers to do work when they tell you to do work. You're never told, okay, here's how to start doing work for yourself with self-motivation. You're never told, here's how to set your own deadlines. And so you literally get pushed through an assembly line which prepares you for the world of low tier work. You're gonna go work in some shitty office. I was saying before that in like 2 weeks. I think I mentioned it to you on one of our calls once that there's like some graduation thing coming up for my uni. I don't remember why it's like we've got it now. I thought we had it previously. Maybe it's like a reunion or something. So we've got it again. I fully did not mean to subtly flex, and I was like, oh, but I can't go because I'm traveling the world and I'm here in Thailand. And I was like, that's such a flex, bro. And then I meant to make a point after that, but I just thought like the people who are gonna go there, like I don't want to sound like a dick, and maybe we'll have to like crop this out because like Hamza's being so obnoxious and so full of himself, but the people who are gonna go there who performed way better than me, who put in way more effort, like I literally spent my like education time fucking around, making friends, making like people laugh in the lectures and stuff, and like going out and getting drunk and stuff. And I literally think that was more valuable than actually the education received. And you know, that all these people got like first class degrees, and I felt like shit seeing them all post on Facebook saying that they've already got job lines up, and like, you know, their jobs are paying 28,000 to begin with, mine's only 17,000. I felt like shit seeing everyone graduate and everyone getting better grades than me. And I sound like a massive dick, but it's like, well, what kind of job are they working now? Oh, well, you know, they started on 28k and they've gotten so many promotions. They're up to 31k now. We make that every month. They work full time in a job that they don't actually like that much. The upper end of success in the education system, unless if there is an absolute specific career lined up for you. Okay, so you want to be a doctor, well, you need to get the degree. Absolutely fine. I've always said that. You want to, like, your full dream has always been to become a veterinarian. How'd you say that shit? Veterinarian. And okay, you need some kind of degree for that. I assume there's a degree in like veterinarianism.
Yeah, nailed it, bro.
So if you need the degree for the career that you dream of, bro, you have my blessing. Go forward, fucking excel in it. Use the self-improvement tactics you've learned to like study better. But if you don't absolutely need the degree for the career that you want, or there is no clear career that you want, and you're just kind of going because, well, it's easier than having an awkward conversation with my family. Bro, go have that awkward conversation with your family. I didn't. And you know, like everything's worked out and I'm here, and you know, like, I'm grateful for everything, but it's like, you're supposed to be able to learn from other people's mistakes and not think, oh, well, you know, Hamza, it worked out for you, because even though it wasn't a good thing for you, you're still here and stuff. But I would probably have been here earlier. Now, of course, I had those experiences that have developed me into the man I am today, but it's like, you could have the experiences in a much faster and more effective way. I showed them the view. Look at it, bro. Like, we're literally living, like, we've got motorbikes, we're like riding around and everything, we're living good. We're eating out for every meal, getting like professionally cooked meals and everything. It's like, it's amazing life here. And why do we get to enjoy that? Well, like I said, bro, if we were better in school, we wouldn't be here. If you didn't drop out and if you got average grades or below average, and like you started working after that and you got not shit tier job, but like a couple above it, to the point that, you know, your mom's
comfortable.
So your mom, when your mom's like, oh my god, like, you know, like, yo, and like, but the thing is, you wouldn't even do that because you'd be comfortable enough.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, you would have had a car by now, and we would have had like a level of like social. We would have had that. Do you know what I mean? We would have had that shit, bro. Like,
how? Tell me.
And like, here we are, bro. Like, we're still dumbasses.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we absolutely are. But it's like every time I say this, and I'm kind of like trying to promote, you know, this lifestyle and making a business and becoming successful when you're young, I always feel like a little bit of a scam. I've got nothing to fucking sell you in terms of making money, bro. But it's like, there's people in their 20s making a lot of money. There really is. There's people in their 20s who are financially free. There's people in their 20s who are making millions. We'll be there next year. I promise you, like next year, like the channel will be making millions. Next year, the channel will be making more than 100,000 per month. Per month. The people who got the best grades in university struggle to make that per year. Like the people who literally got the top 1% of grades in the UK right now are probably making 50k, 80k. If even that, bro. When they're 24 as well, and then the ceiling,
you get fucked for being young as well.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And the ceiling's capped after that. And but I could shut the fuck up. If you could, shut up.
I specifically remember comparing school, specifically in the last year of school, to jail, to prison. I felt like I was in prison. I felt like I was surrounded by people I didn't want to be surrounded with. I felt like I was doing things I didn't want to do, when to do it. I felt like I was in fucking jail, bro. And also, I'm really glad that I had such a somewhat slow start to life in that sense, because
skinny fat advantage.
Honestly, dude, like it's seriously a fucking trap, bro. You get out of school, you go through the motions, it's like, okay, it's time to go to college now, I guess. You maybe get like some bang average job, exactly how Hamza said. If you don't, you go onto the benefit system, which
That fucks your self-image.
yeah, it literally they will throw you into a soul-sucking job where by the end of the day, each day you'll have zero energy for anything to improve yourself, and you'll stay there for the rest of your fucking life, bro.
Yeah. This video seems like a big fucking like obnoxious Hamza's ego kind of thing, and maybe it is, bro. But I feel like I've literally went through the absolute perfect scenario where let's not even include like high school and stuff.
We were both on the benefits. Yeah, exactly. We were on the same.
We were both on the same benefits.
Yeah.
About 1.5, 2 years ago. Something I don't know why. Yeah, like I had 40. The universal credit just came in. Look at our below, guys. No, we were both on the same benefit. So I worked. You've never worked like proper jobs before, have you?
No, I didn't, because I was fucking too.
You would have killed yourself, bro.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah.
You dead ass. Like you would have been at risk for dead ass.
100%.
Yeah. Imagine you fucking working in like Amazon every day.
Yeah, I would have killed myself 100%.
Yeah. So you live streamed pretty much like 12 hours a day for like years straight, and that was kind of like a job, but you made like fucking poverty money from that, didn't you?
That was like high levels of cope, because that's like the first thing which I started to do, which felt productive, and so because I had literally nothing before that, I obsessed over it. I obsessed over it so much, and because I'm just sat doing nothing anyway, it's like, why not just stream it, you know?
Yeah,
and I had a few people who would watch, and it'd be like, oh, that's so cool, people want to watch it.
Did you make money from that, like live streaming on Twitch?
Like £250 a month, something like that.
Okay. Oh, so that was like, that got you through like buying like...
Yeah, I mean,
shit,
I didn't do it for the money. I did it because it's the only thing that felt meaningful to me. How sad's that, bro?
I remember when I first got you as an editor, and you were still, it was like the overlap where I hired you and you were somewhat getting onto self-improvement, but you were still like a little bit of a Jeffrey and everything. You were still streaming.
Bit, still out.
Yeah, you still were. But like you were streaming, and I would come and watch your streams on like a different Twitch account and like give you support and like donations and shit. I subbed to you as well, and I left it on for fucking months, bro. I'm gonna need that back, bro.
See, that's a real homie right there, guys. They support your awful habits, and they fuel your delusion.
I'm making sure you stay down there, bro. Connor, you bug me, bro. Yeah, Sam, you should keep streaming for longer.
Yeah, you're making it so good, bro. Yeah, you're making so much money, bro.
Don't go to bed yet, bro. But it gets dark as fuck, man, because there's like this specific part of my life that I can think when I was in first year of university. I literally remember exactly where I was, where I met this girl and she told me that her flatmate killed himself. And that, it wasn't like, you know, it was a shocking thing, and that's when it first hit me, like, oh shit, suicide's like real. Like, this girl knows like literally a guy who killed himself just recently. Like, student mental health is something that a lot of like schools and universities are really trying to like, you know, talk about. And, oh, it's mental health week, but it's like they don't actually give a shit about mental health. Yeah. What they care about is kind of like the PR of like, oh well, we've got, you know, it looks bad on the university if like motherfuckers kill themselves, so we've got to, oh well, we do mental health weeks and we brought a dog in once. Like, go fuck yourself. They don't give a shit. And it wasn't such a significant thing for like a young man to kill himself because of the pressures of university. It happens in every single university, and if not fully like someone killing themselves, it's still a big thing of people having full-on mental breakdowns, bro. I didn't have like a clinical kind of one where I went to the doctor, but honestly I should have, because I remember when there's times when I would like be in that whole like, oh fuck, I can't do it, like I literally hate my life, well fuck, like, you know, fuck this, I don't even want to do it. And, like there was literally weeks or months left of like the year of the uni entirely, and I would literally have these moments where like I'd literally fucking hate my life. And you know what, bro, I'm out of the system and they can take my fucking degree back, bro. I cheated for all my shit, bro. I cheated for all my shit.
Hang on, we should cut this, bro.
I cheated, bro. We all sent our work to each other, so go fuck yourself.
Damn, you gotta drop them in a 2-year crab.
Me, Michael.
This is address, social security number
was 150. I mean, if you're watching this, man, obviously I didn't cheat, bro. But
this is parody, guys. This is parody.
I will never lie to you, bro.
It's parody.
It's not a parody. I cheat the fuck out of all my exams. I got people to do it for me. I won't say who, but like I got like loads of people fucking sent me their work and everything, and I just used to copy and like, bro, you know what actually worked? You know, like unis have like you submit the essay and it has like a plagiarizing score. You didn't see this, but it's like, so anytime you'd submit like a presentation,
you didn't see this because you're too stupid to get there.
You'd write like an essay and then automatically it would like give you a score for like plagiarism, which is fucking stupid, right? So it'd be like, oh, like it's 3% similar to this piece of work, so it's okay. But if it's like 10%, okay, you've cheated, you're gonna die soon or some shit. Obviously, if you stole someone else's, if you just copied and pasted, it would show a high score, but then what you would do is like copy and paste and then do like this word changer, you know, like a grammar change shit, bro, and the score would go straight down, like, yep, submit. I didn't do any real work, bro. Like, there was times, obviously, where, like, you know, the last day before an assignment, I remember in my last year of university, I stopped giving a shit, and so I would literally start my assignments on the day that they were supposed to be submitted. I'd wake up at 5 a.m, like, rise and grind, let's do this shit, bro.
You wake up, you'd be awake from the club the previous night, bro. You mean you'd come in at 5 a.m?
I'd literally, it'd be like a 2,000 word essay. I'd write 400 words and just submit that bitch and I'd get like 8%. Literally, bro, I got like low ass. You know, people say, oh, well, Hamza, like, you know, he was a student, but he's dumb, he's not intelligent, bro. I didn't even try. And what's fucking interesting, like this is, again, it's obnoxious and like people are gonna hate me for saying this, bro. I literally focused more on learning how to pick up girls and how to be like friends and how to be social and how to be confident and stuff, how to, you know, progress the alpha male shit, right? And that makes me 10 times more money than everyone who learned actually what to do in university. And I don't say this to be like a dickhead, oh, I'm so great or something, but it just shows you the whole system's fucked. When a guy like me, who literally spent years researching on how to like get girls in the club and stuff, instead of doing my actual university work, and I'm more successful, way more successful with the life that I've lived than if I actually was a good boy. The entire system of like the education system, they want you to be a good boy. You're promised this like golden egg, you know, be a good boy, and then you'll get a good degree, and then you'll get a good job. But the good job isn't good. It's 40 hours, it's 60 hours a week. 20 hours is unpaid for because you've got to get ready and commute to work, and no one includes that. It's having a daddy who tells you what the fuck to do. That's the entire praise, you know, the big reward of the entire fucking 18 years that you're in this system for. And that's normal. I have made a vow, like a full-on promise, that I will homeschool my children. I've said this, like, you know, but
God help them.
people kind
Here's
of like,
how to spin plays. Today we're going to be learning
drop
about...
down and give me 20, bitch.
Here's how to manipulate women in a positive way.
When I say that I'm going to homeschool my children, what that really means is like I'm going to pay for the best tutors and stuff. And this is, honestly, that's one of the biggest motivations I have to reach a good level of success at this age, is because I want to be financially free. I want to be very wealthy. So that, okay, best tutor for English, boom, done. And I'm gonna make sure that tutor isn't fucking abusive like a lot of teachers are. And this is a whole new thing that we've now got to talk about.
Yeah,
the fact that a lot of the teachers are like literally abusive. A lot of the teachers literally are like negative towards children. I swear to God, a bunch of them were sexist, and you can probably feel this. A bunch of your teachers, like the majority of your teachers, are going to be female, and they're going to teach in like a feminine way. You know, the entire system is set up to teach you in the most feminine way possible. Sit still, sit around the class and like discuss answers and stuff. If me and my friends are like pushing around and like we're being like boys, we're punished for that. I swear to God, there was teachers who just like the law system, you know, like when someone commits a crime and they go to the judge and shit, right? And you always hear these stats of like, oh, women are 5 times less likely to get sent to prison for the same crime that a man does. Well, it was the exact same with like girls getting sort of shouted at or put into detention for doing the same thing like the boys were. And I remember I was particularly like, maybe I was a dickhead, maybe I was a little shit, bro. I really feel like I was particularly targeted. And I won't say that's because of brown skin or anything. It's just because of the boisterous personality I had of like being loud and being playful and stuff. I remember so many teachers would like get into my fucking face and scream at me. I'm 13 years old and this grown-ass adult, this stupid bitch. I'm not supposed to say, you know, I'm supposed to like be so like mature and stuff. But when I think back now, like, of course I'm resentful. Do you know, it would sound so awesome if I was that like humble guy who like, you know, oh, well, I don't wish, you know, I forgive them and stuff. But bro, I don't forgive them. I was like a little kid in school, which should have been my safe space away from fucking the childhood trauma I was experiencing back at home. I needed somewhere safe that I could like feel relaxed. And these teachers are getting into my face, and the amount of times that like they would scream in my face and I would break down crying, and they was like, yeah, my social hierarchy is going down now because everyone thinks I'm a little wimp. The type of shit that, oh, like, give me your planner. So we used to have like planners like like diaries where you write homework and stuff.
It feels like
and
bullying, bro. It's literally
the
like
teachers were fucking bullies, and they'd literally write letters to like my parents, and like I swear to God, bro, some of the teachers knew I was getting beat at home. They knew I was getting beat at home, and the way that they would navigate that by asking me, okay, like give us your plan, I'm gonna write a note to your father, knowing what the fuck would happen to me if they did that. And of course, the majority of schools and teachers are probably not gonna be like this, but every time I speak like this on YouTube, I see dozens of comments of young guys saying the exact same thing. Like, yep, my teachers do the exact same thing. They get into my face and they get aggressive as fuck. Like, bro, what is that? I don't know how any kind of parents could accept that. I'm supposed to be like, not inciting violence, bro. Imagine I'm a father. I send my son and my daughter to school and they tell me a teacher got into their face aggressively like that. I probably would be violent. I probably would be. And I'm supposed to, this bullshit that they stir around in schools, like, you might have heard this when you were getting, but I'll be the bigger man, all this type of shit, bro. Be the bigger, no, fuck yourself, be the bigger man. The bigger man is fucking bullying me. Being the bigger man, I would, go fuck yourself, you dumb boy. I was gonna make this as the second video, like I'm gonna record 2 videos, but you know what, I'm gonna mix it into this one about having the capacity for violence, because I was gonna tell you this story. I'm just gonna do it in this video. I'm gonna put them both together. I was gonna start it with saying, oh, the Jeffrey and Adonis intro, and I was gonna say, like, okay, imagine this scenario where your son comes home and he's kind of like awkwardly like covering his arms, and you kind of realize, like, okay, he's got bruises all over them, and you ask him what happened, and he says, oh, some boys in science class just started like punching him and teasing him and literally punching him hard. He's got fucking like blue and green bruises on him that have developed today, and it's been going on for a while. It keeps happening. He's told the teachers nothing's happening. I was gonna start the intro for this like second video I was gonna make like that, and then when the intro cuts out and it's me talking, I was gonna tell you, like, bro, that's a real story. That's what happened to me. I never have considered myself like a bully victim. I've never wanted to have the self-identity of like a victim, of a bully victim, but that shit happened to me. I literally had I developed late as well, so I was like one of those like skinny fat kids who like literally looked like 11 years old when I was 15, 16 at the later years of high school. And these like couple of guys would literally punch the shit out of my arms and I wouldn't do anything. Because school, and of course, like the teachers would see and stuff, and they'd somewhat split it up, but it wouldn't be like a, good enough.
Break it up, guys.
Yeah. Type of vibe, but then with this vibe, that was always, like this sort of blue pill weak advice that's always circulating inside of schools, which is like, be the bigger man. Bro, I wanted to make this separate video and say, you're not the bigger man if someone's picking on you and you don't do anything about it. You're a fucking coward.
That's just like the feminine shit again. Yeah. That's like the feminine bias when you're in school. It's like, oh, just be
you just tell the teacher, bro, I did, bro. And they kept on fucking doing it. I used to come home with bruises that like fucking hurt, and I never fought back. Because from the start of my time in education system and yours, you're told, don't ever fight back, you're literally told, don't defend yourself. How is that like, my son is gonna defend himself? And if that makes me seem like a bad, toxic father, whoever thinks that is so far gone in that sort of like blue pill, soft, weak, feminine narrative where they think like a young man defending himself from like 2 guys who are punching him. I'll just tell the teacher, go fuck yourself. Oh, but if you just call the police and run away, shut the fuck up. If there's someone who's picking on you, again, I feel like the only person who says this, and for that reason I seem kind of like, weird and so far on the extreme side, you should fucking hurt them back. I'm not some like, weird guy who's like so resentful for what's happened. Like, I've never talked about this story. It's like, it's so insignificant in my mind. But it's like, I just got that random thought like 2 days ago. Remember when we pulled over on the bikes and I said, oh, I got like a video idea, and I started writing it down. Yeah. This was that one, and I literally, the video was going to be titled, you must have the capacity for violence. And I thought like some Jordan Peterson quote where he says, you want to be like a nice guy, but who could be violent. You don't want to be a coward who's like, just doesn't have the capacity to. Something of that lines of essentially have the capacity for violence and to defend yourself. And that's so incredibly important. And that was literally like brainwashed out of me and my generation and like just boys in general, apart from those like sort of higher testosterone kind of fighty boys, because they had it anyway. So all that happened was like, for the guys who were like lower tier, the fucking skinny fat advantage, for the guys who are lower tier, we are constantly told, be the bigger guys, don't fight back, be like girls, sit quietly. But the kids, like the boys who were way up here, they never needed to take that advice because they were just always like boisterous and masculine anyway. So all that happened is like, we listened to the little bitch advice and we went down. Whereas the guys who were picking on us went up. And I sound like proper resentful and, people used to pick on me and I make I'm not one of those guys, where I'm not one of those little weird dickheads. I don't like think about it, but I'm not gonna lie. For years I did. especially when I started going out, so all of that sort of bullying shit happened when I was like 15, 16. When I started going out at about 18, 19, 20, especially when I was in university and I was in a different city, but you know, every now and then I'd come back to my hometown in Warrington, and I was about 20, maybe 21. I would wish I would see those motherfuckers out. I would wish that I would see them. I'd been boxing, I'm not like hard, I'm not like a proper fighter or anything at this point, but I would literally visualize, because I had fucked up mental health and everything, that like, okay, if I see those motherfuckers, bro, like, and I've seen pictures of them, like they've gotten kind of chubby, I literally would visualize so often that I'd go up to them, pretend to be like funny, and just kind of like punch him like how he used to, just out of nowhere. And of course everyone would you know, be a bit like weird and stuff, but I'd act in like a proper friendly way and just pretend it was like you know, like little joke to make him seem weird, because he looks like a chubby little prick now. I'm still resentful. You know what? I'm not gonna try and I'm not resentful, bro. Of course I am. That affected my self-image for so long. Everyone else is gonna tell you like, oh, you know, bully, be the bigger person, forgive them, bro. Fuck that. I wish I fucking hit back, even if that meant that I got in trouble, even if that meant that I got my ass beat. Your self-image is worth it. That self-image change that you get when you think you're, you know, like you cope by saying, oh, well, I'm the bigger man, I'm not gonna fight back. Inside, you know, okay, yep, I'm a pussy. And that stays in your mind.
They're not gonna do that shit as well. They're not gonna continue doing that shit. Like, you don't even need to like fight back and win, bro. Like, if you fight back, they're not gonna take that anymore, because it's no longer like easy pickings, you know what I mean? You're gonna fight back. Even if you fucking get your ass kicked, bro, they're not gonna keep picking on you, bro.
Yeah, they go for the easy target. And I coached this, one of the last guys that I coached, essentially, like, I used to do self-improvement coaching for like money, then I stopped it, then I did it free for like a couple of people. I'm not doing it at all, so don't like start fucking, I'm 163 centimeters. And I'm just, the last guy that I coached, I did it for free, and he was from India, and I literally remember his personality, bro, because he was stressed by exams, and he was getting bullied heavily. It was the first thing he said on our call. He's a very nice guy. I still connect with him on Instagram, and so he'll be watching this as well. He had like a very like whimperish personality where he literally always looked like he was about to cry. And it's like, why do you think he's like that? Well, he's getting fucking ruthlessly bullied, and he had this thing of like, no, but I'm gonna be the bigger man. I'm gonna be the bigger man.
That's such shit. That's such bullshit, bro.
It is.
It's such crap. We're training Muay Thai in Thailand right now, and like we do some like sparring and stuff. I still, to this day, really struggle with the idea of like throwing a punch or a kick at someone with the intent to hurt them. Even when they're wearing pads and shit, bro, I'm still not even putting my like, I'm not using like my, like hard.
Yeah, going right there.
Like what, straight or it? I don't want to.
No, like, I'm giving you permission, and it's like a bit of fucking boisterous banter and stuff. We need to start fucking knowing that we can like punch and shit, bro. Like, notice how you can't right now.
Yeah, it's like
you'd want to, because we're on camera. You know, it's like fun thing to do. But it's like all this shit that's inside your mind right now. That's like deeply ingrained. Like, oh yeah, I'm a little bitch. You're not a little bitch anymore, bro.
You want full power.
Don't fucking destroy me, but just yeah.
You're gonna go.
Go on.
God damn, you see that fucking...
Yeah, the delts are fucking popping right now. Holy shit.
Okay, my turn.
Oh, hang on.
I kicked him in the face the other day, bro.
Yeah. We sparred in Muay Thai. To be fair, I was trying to hit him. He was very elusive. But
I went for a fucking high kick. You didn't even block it.
Fully fucking right in the side of the face, and the like instructor, the sparring guy came over and was like, he gave me a like count to 10 and shit. But the point I'm making is, I still have that in my brain where I can't bring, even in an MMA environment when you're sparring, like the other person is potentially trying to fucking kill you right now. I'm still like, I don't want to hurt you.
Why do you think you have that?
It's so fucking ingrained in me, bro. It's so...
From what specifically do you think? Like the teachers saying shit like, oh, you know, don't fight back, tell the teachers, or...
Yeah, I think I'm just a fucking wimp. And like a bit of a coward in that sense, bro. Because I got like beat up a few times too, bro.
I got beat up?
Yeah.
How badly?
Like group beat up, like fucking kicking me on the floor type of shit.
Nah.
Yeah.
Shit, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How old were you?
It happened twice. One was at the end of primary school, so I was pretty young.
Yeah.
And then
by like people in your year?
Yeah, and then the other one was just like year 10, so I was like maybe 15.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking dark, bro.
Yeah, it fucking sucked. Like,
it's still in your city?
You want to go mock them, bro?
I'll literally knock him out.
But yeah, no, that's so deeply ingrained in me that I can't bring myself. That's something I'm trying to overcome quite strongly right now. It's one of training Muay Thai is obviously a massive help because it's such a testosterone filled environment, and there's just people kicking the shit out of each other in there, and seeing like 14-year-olds in there as well who have literally fought professionally like 20 times and I sparred a kid at the gym. He was kicking my fucking ass, bro. That's not acceptable, bro. That's not okay. So I'm really trying to, like, a big theme of this trip for me is just tapping into my masculinity and sort of suppressing this like feminine narrative which has been so like deeply ingrained in me, bro.
You know, I just had the thought. I used to be active on the Red Pill forums, and there was one of this like every. Deal, bro. You're gonna knock him out, bro.
I'm not pointing to
You gotta do like the Muay Thai clip. Imagine,
that's not even subtle, bro.
He'll fucking die from that, bro. Cop his butt.
Oh, I can't imagine.
I used to frequent on these Red Pill forums, and one of the things I still remember, this statement that someone made was like, the whole system is a shit test. Being more like, you know, the advice that you're given by conventional sort of like schools and stuff is all one big shit test. From what Sam's just said, you know, like if we were told to be more feminine, essentially, bro, the naturally masculine kids didn't fail that shit test. They stayed masculine.
They probably had good father figures as well.
But the fragile masculine, you know, like there's less like great father figures, more like domineering mothers and everything. We failed the shit test and they're telling us to be more feminine. Maybe we'll get pussy if we do that, right? And
everything circles back to pussy with you, bro.
We're talking about how school is bad.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. So why is it bad?
Oh, bro.
I guess.
Well, bro, we've been at 52 minutes.
Shut up. I want to add something in this, bro. I want to be in this video.
But you bring the opposite point, really, because you actually think like it was like the best time of your life.
So university specifically.
Yeah.
I do think that there's a lot of growth with university, okay? When you're in university, you're in a social environment, you're around people that are all driven towards a specific goal, and you really start to go around the right people and spend your time you could select your friends for the first time, okay? When you're in high school, guys, you just have to select your friends based upon who you're around. When you're in high school, you don't get to pick your friends carefully. But when you're in university, now you're with like 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 different people. You get to be around people that go to the gym like Hamza. Or if you want to play video games, you get to be like how Sam used to be. Or, you know, whatever it may be, you get to pick your friends. And so that's why I like university.
You found a lot of value in university with like your frat and your cheerleading group.
I personally did. Yeah, you get to join different activities. It's like the opportunity of your life to really try different things, explore different hobbies. Like for me personally, I was a cheerleader for 2 years in university, and I would never have that experience if I didn't go to university. And that was very instrumental to my development socially and just in life in general.
Did you not have like, because of university, like periods of like intense pressure and breakdowns because of work rate and everything? No?
Yeah, I think I did, but I think that's just a part of life. Like even if you didn't go to university, it just you'd have that with work anyways. That's just a part of the human condition, and you just have to like learn and grow out of it. I think young people have things like that. Young people have like mental health issues, and like they might come about in university with classes and stuff, and that's like an easy environment where you could like start to fix that, rather than when you enter the work environment and now you still have those same pressures, but you can't really apply it, you know? So it's like a environment to really grow.
There's one more question I was going to ask you then, and Sam squeeze one nipple and I forgot what it is. Oh, did you ever get bullied?
I did, yeah, I did. I got bullied when I was in elementary school.
What happened?
I just got picked on because like I was like the immigrant kid. Like I immigrated from India when I was 6-7 years old. And so like just kind of the same things that you went through. It was not super bad. It was nothing like too toxic, but it was like I did get bullied. I think a lot of kids get bullied.
Like name called and
just like name called. I was also fat. I was a fat kid when I was young too. So like guys would just like pick at my titties and shit like that, like squeeze it and give me like purple nurples and shit.
That's what happens to me.
Yeah, and a lot of my friends when I was younger too, like they were like a few years older than me, so I was just like an easy target to pick on as well. But
Sam got like fully beaten up. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I never got beaten up, man. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, it's okay.
What's the names, our boys? Go find them, boys. Start spamming them on Instagram.
Guys, be the bigger man.
I started this video being proper aggressive and saying like, oh yeah, school's fucking trash, and like,
So-
I feel like I'm the one person who actually says it, like, blatant. Everyone else sugarcoats it, and they're like, oh, you know, but you could stay in, bro. I'm like the guy who literally says like, it's not valuable. Pursue something else, unless if you absolutely need it for the career that you've already predetermined. And if you don't have like a very clear career, then I don't think it's that useful.
I think school is a nice safety net. Like if you're not very sure about what you want to do in life, it's like the opportunity to kind of really find yourself and figure out where your passion lies.
It's a hot spot for opportunities and experiences. So that like if you're a smarter student and you've got like better sort of networking and social skills, it's oh well, you can meet people and everything.
Yeah.
Whereas for me, it was more like, oh yeah, well that was where I had all my experience. I wouldn't be the man I am today without going to university.
Yeah.
Without those
Exactly.
experiences. So there's that, but then it wasn't because of university, it was specifically because I just went out and like I've lived around the university area. If we're talking specifically about the education that you get there,
Yeah.
I don't think it's that good. But if we're talking
Yes.
about the student lifestyle, that's something that I incredibly value. I literally used to have a joke that people used to laugh at when I used to say like university's getting in the way of my life being a
Yeah.
student. Because I just wanted to like go party and be
Yeah,
social
yeah,
and be like living around this vibrant area.
See, that's exactly how I did university too. I think
Yeah.
that the entire value of going to university is the social
Yeah, it's the
aspect.
social life, isn't it?
That's all it
100%.
is.
Yeah, go in, rinse the social aspect, become a DGen, and then you can join our crew.
I was about to say, like, yeah, like fucking every sort of cool traveler guy here that we've met who's just solo traveling, I've always asked them, oh, did you go to uni? They're like, always, yeah, I went to uni. It's like,
Yeah.
No, you're gonna have the confidence from it because
Yeah.
like you've been in that hot spot and like you've been to parties
Yeah.
and you lived in student accommodation and stuff. Like if you went to uni and you had the same similar experience as me and you like lived in student accommodation, you would be like above where you are right now, like significantly more.
Yeah.
Because it does give you that sort of clear pathway. But my issue with it is about the education that you receive and the pathway that is
Yeah.
available to you afterwards in terms of careers, which are always going to be quite low end
Yeah.
compared to like the actual student lifestyle, which I fully rinsed out, and I would heavily recommend doing that.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I don't think it's the things you study, it's actually what you do like extracurricularly that matter. But
who
also
you
too,
do.
I would say you shouldn't go to university if you have like a very clear purpose. Like right now, if you're 17, 18 years old, you know you want to be a graphic designer. Don't go to university because you know exactly what you want to do. But if you're like most people that are 18, they have no idea what they want to do. So it's good to go to university, immerse yourself in like that social climate and like start to just like meet all kinds of different people from around the world. There's like international students from like fucking China, India, like all around the world. That's where you can really like start to grow, figure out what you like, what your passions are, and then focus on a purpose.
Anything else you want to add, Sammy boy?
I can end the video, man. I hope I'm not.
Yeah, it's
editing
like
this
it's going
one.
like
Yeah, I was gonna send it to you.
58 minutes. Yeah, I'd rather kill myself.
You can subscribe to our channel if you want to. Welcome to the cult. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah. Give us a kiss, Sammy boy.
I already did.
Oh, he's gonna jump out. Go on. I thought you were gonna jump.
No, I gave it.
thought you were-
I'll jump if you want.
Go on.